Final session of the Business Show Africa Day 1. Let's see with some thumbs ups. Have you been enjoying the day so far? Has there been much networking going on the floor? Let's get some interaction from everyone. Oh, yes, loving it. I see clapping hands. I see thumbs ups. You all are what an amazing opportunity to meet and to network and to learn. And this session will be no difference. I would like to welcome on stage our final speaker for the day from Sage, Ncumisa Nodaka. Ncumisa will speak to us about insights on managing an insightful business. Welcome to the stage, Ncumisa.
Hi, Leanne. Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful. Ncumisa, rather than me read a bio, I would like, won't you just tell us all a little bit more about yourself and your role at Sage and a little bit about how you got there, basically your history.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Ncumisa Nodaka, and I'm the founder and managing director of Ncumisa Chartered Accountants. We are an accounting practice based in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape. We provide accounting, tax advisory services, and we also run a graduate program where we have accounting and taxation graduates that complete the articles with us for 3 years and in preparation for their qualification exams. And then they pass after 3 years and off they go into corporate or within the space of being in practice and running their own. I think my relationship with Sage from the onset of my business, because it was the tool that I used in terms of billing, in terms of cost measurement for my business, to a point where I was also part of an enterprise development program that was sponsored by Sage in 2020. It was actually throughout the COVID where we were all indoors and we were meeting virtually. And so my relationship with Sage blossomed since then. I am also a Sage certified trainer and advisor. So what that means is, should any of the business owners look to make use of any Sage product, I am able to then assist them with setting up and just providing some support.
That's amazing. So to everyone here, I think we can all agree that I am leaving you in very capable and safe hands. Ncumisa, the stage is yours. We really look forward to this session.
Thank you so much, Leanne. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and I hope everyone is doing well. So today's topic, insights of managing an impactful business. It's a topic quite dear, and it goes about more than just profits. I want to challenge each one of you that is on this call today. Consider this. What role does your business play within South Africa? Vision 2030 of our National Development Plan says, and I'm going to read it, so I'm going to quote it. The Vision 2030 of our National Development Plan aims to eliminate poverty and reduce inequality by 2030. According to the plan, South Africa can realize these goals by drawing on the energies of its people, growing in an inclusive economy, building capabilities, enhancing the capacity of the state, and promoting leadership and partnership throughout society. Now, a question I then have is, what do businesses need to grow? What type of ecosystem is then required, or what type of ecosystem is then conducive for business growth, for businesses to thrive, and what contribution does each business then play towards this conducive environment? Business sustainability is something that many business owners only start thinking about when there are profits, or once the business is now standing on its own 2 feet and is able to provide. However, this should not be the case, because it is not all about just making a profit. as much as, yes, we all went into business to make a profit. As business owners, we should be proactive and not reactive, because this is how businesses end up being adversely impacted, by not being ready. Ever heard of the saying that says, stay ready? We often think that things such as ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance, and CSI, which is corporate social responsibility or investment, should only be considered by the bigger guys. Normally, the smaller guy is asking themselves, well, what role can I play in that ecosystem? So when you started your business, you registered your business, and at some point or another, you had to consider, what is your business plan? What is your business model? And with that business plan, there were some cash flow projections. Maybe some of those cash flow projections were thumbsuck, but there had to be some form of plan in place for you to get on, almost like a map. Now, it is quite key that this plan is followed for your business. And the same too when it comes to sustainability and actually planning of your business sustainability, you need to have some form of strategy. Now, this strategy will consider things that are financial and things that are non-financial. And for the financial side, that's where tools like Sage can really play a big role. So these tools are available to measure the business performance that will paint a picture of what has happened in the past within your business. So it's important that for you to plan for the future, you need to look back as to what happened. When you look at your costs, your expenses incurred, that will also tell you a story of how your business has actually spent its funds. And that will then allow you to plan for the future. So now, business performance, if I can explain it in layman's terms, is higher profits and increased financial growth that enhances the value of your business's contribution to society. I just want to share an interesting fact. So there are over 3 million companies that are registered on or with SARS. And of those 3 million companies, so obviously they are all registered for income tax. Of those 3 million, 880,000 are then registered for VAT, which is value added tax. Only 28% of the 3 million that's actually registered actually submit and pay their income tax returns. And only 49%, this is plus minus, 49% of that 880 actually submit and pay their VAT 201 returns. So it becomes quite important that one considers the non-financial aspects of your impact as a business. For example, your employees, technology, innovation, skills development, transformation, the environment, corruption, I will say no more, and also the climate. Having a sustainable business strategy not only ensures that you and your business can contribute to a better society, and having a better society, there is shared value because we all benefit from this. Currently, I am based in Port Elizabeth, now known as Gqeberha, and we often face day zero straight in the eyes, dead in the eyes. And there were times where we didn't have water for days. And what did this mean for many small businesses? It meant that some staff could not come to work because the standard of hygiene could not be maintained. It also meant that you as a business owner had to be quite creative and think on the spot as to how do you then resolve this challenge? Climate change is each and everyone's responsibility. It is to ensure that we recycle where we can, we introduce paperless environments, we have water and electricity saving initiatives within our businesses. Because should we not have access to water or electricity, our businesses shut down. We experienced stage 6 load shedding for the first time. And this prompted a lot of businesses to get creative, from staff working on different grids or groups to ensure that you get the most out of the day without productivity being impacted. What helped us was, because we are Sage users, because it's a cloud-based program and we are able to access it wherever. So it did not impact the team's performance as much. So when we look at things like skills development, ensuring that within your business, you are making a contribution to the skills shortage in South Africa, which is mostly high amongst the youth of South Africa. Many of the youths find themselves being so desperate to have some form of cash that they fall to crime. Now, this could have been prevented if there were sufficient skills development programs that would equip the youth so that they are able to at least get the necessary experience that they need to attain a job. Employees. I mean, right now, we've seen a rise in employee wellness campaigns and initiatives by businesses. And this is definitely something that a small business owner should consider, because your employees are the assets of your business. You find that employees, they actually are what your client meets first. And they can actually set the tone of what your client or customer has experienced. So having these wellness programs in place ensures that employees are taken care of and that their mental wellness is maintained. So my message for you today is to start planning on these factors if you have not yet, but start today, as they have a great impact on your business going forward. It is also things that can add value to our business, whether it be investors or stakeholders that are looking to invest into your business. And I believe that each business can be the change that we want to see in our country. It needs to be a top-down approach, and for all of us to be intentional about it. So that is my message for all of you for today. And in closing, I would like to challenge each business and each business owner to actually think, what is it that I can contribute to Vision 2030? Thank you.
Ncumisa, thank you so much for that. We'd like to just open it up now, the chat. Does anyone out there have any questions they would like to ask Ncumisa about this topic? And let's hear from the rest of you. Did you realize that your business could have such a huge impact in society? Let's see. Ncumisa, would you tell us a little bit more about how this passion grew in you as you built your business? Why is this such a topic that's so close to your heart? You know, thinking beyond profits and looking out into the bigger picture of South Africa.
I think instead of just complaining about things that are
Okay, we seem to be having a bit of a technical issue here. Let's just check. Everyone who is watching, give me a thumbs up if you can still see and hear me. I think Ncumisa's connection has dropped. Okay, good. All right, Ncumisa, your connection dropped for a second there. Thank you, everyone. Would you kindly just repeat what you said? We didn't hear your answer to the question.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Thank you. Thank you about that. So I think for me, it's always been one of the things where growing up, I was always told to not complain about things and rather do something about it. And I can definitely say that doing something about it, if each one of us is able to do something about the things that we find are not how they should be, that the ripple effect could really be a positive change for all of us. And also within the educational space. So I am also an accredited training provider. And how that came to be is because I am an accountant and I provide these essential services to a number of businesses within the industry, I then could see where there were pitfalls. I mean, the moment you mention to a business owner, you're an accountant, it's almost like to hide. And they sometimes feel they don't know what questions to ask, what conversation to have with you. And I thought to close that gap, there needs to be a lot of education and awareness done for the business owners so that we are able to have meaningful conversations, because I do feel that accountants bring so much and have so much to offer for small business owners so that they are able to have solid foundations and solid business management, financial management foundations within their businesses.
Absolutely. I'm sure everyone listening here understands the value of running your business finances well, running your cash flow well. I mean, if you are mismanaging or you are just struggling in that department, it can really cripple a business. And that's what days like today are all about. They're about getting you in contact with people that can really help your business, that can enlighten you. I mean, because I think a lot of small business owners often open a business in a field that they're really passionate about, but they don't necessarily have the skills in order to manage the finances. So where we feel a little insecure about things, we procrastinate until SARS comes knocking and telling us, it's time. And then the panic stations happen. So forging alliances with people like yourself are extremely helpful. I love what you mentioned about training. And I mean, yes, you have done training now within your lane, but I would like to inspire and to invite a lot of the business owners here. If you have expertise in an area where you can help train others, that could be something that you work into your business and into your, how you conduct your business, and in that way help society. Ncumisa, are there any other closing remarks you'd like to make? Is there anything you'd like to tell these fellow small business owners watching today? We are still watching the chat box if there are any questions, but yeah, let us know if there's anything you'd like to say in closing.
I'm laughing at one of the comments in the chat. So I think one of the things that I want to share with the business owners is that sometimes you find that I meet a lot of business owners who would say, I'm looking for a good accountant, or I'm looking for an affordable accountant. I just want to say, do your homework, do your research. It's the same as if you are looking to buy a vehicle or you're looking for a doctor, a specialist. You do some homework to actually find out the list that I have in terms of requirements. Is this person able to satisfy that list? Be specific as to what you want to achieve every month or every 6 months, every quarter, and also where your business is going, intention. Because if you say to your accountant, I want to grow my sales by 30% at the end of this year, then there's a goal to work towards. then this individual can actually monitor you month to month and actually say, listen, client A, you are this far from attaining your goal, or I see this expense or this cost that you've incurred is now standing in the way of you achieving that goal. So tangible things as to what it is that you want to achieve for your business on a financial performance level. And then looking at the compliance aspects, a tool such as Sage, which has accounting and your payroll, which is something, it's user friendly. It is something that you yourself can do. The accounting side of things, you raising your own quotations, your own invoices. It links up to the live feeds of your bank as well. And you are able to actually then meet with your accountant every second or third month, dependent on your budget. So just to bust that myth of it's too expensive to have an accountant, you are able to then structure those visits to 4 visits in a year. The same with the payroll side of things. It's not complicated at all. It is something that you can do for yourself as a business owner, or train an admin clerk within your business to actually perform that function. So thank you so much, Leanne.
That's fantastic. And what I'm hearing you say is, as small business owners, with the right tools, something that you perceive as difficult doesn't need to be. Yes. And with tools like Sage, you can really be on top of your finances, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. So I would encourage you to go and check out that software. And coming from an accountant itself that uses it, I love that it connects with bank accounts. So it's picking up things that you don't have to manually add yourself. It's saving you time, and then again, saving you money. So that's it from us today. When we end this now, we will be going back to the floor plan. Ncumisa, thank you so much. I can see you are filled with a wealth of information. I think you have debunked some myths about accountants today. And I think in terms of the small business owners out here, we encourage you to, as she said, research, find a good accountant, perhaps someone can recommend, and use them as a teammate in your business rather as someone you call in an emergency or kind of steer away from. They can really add incredible value. So thank you all for that. Thank you for joining us today. The event will be closing at 2:00, so you have time on the floor now. Use this opportunity, jump from table to table, go visit the Sage Lounge, and then we will see you tomorrow for day 2 of the business show. Remember to go and do your Small Business Friday challenge for the day. Go out, treat yourself. You've invested time and money into your business now in learning and networking. Go out, treat yourself, support a local coffee shop, restaurant, go get a nice lunch. And then we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.